Assalamualaikum and have a good day everyone. We are students from class CSC134B, Diploma in Science. Today, we will be presenting our group project entitled Student Budget Analysis, Spend, Save and Is PTPTN Enough for Me? Our group members are including me, Piano Shasha, followed up by Nur Amalina, Nurul Shadlana and Siti Mariam. Throughout this presentation, we will explain our student budget analysis, compare plan and actual spending, and discuss whether PTPTN is sufficient to support a student's monthly expenses. Without further ado, let's begin our presentation.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Amalina. So for this slide, I will be explaining the purpose of this budget analysis. So the purpose of this budget analysis is to analyze students' monthly living expenses by identifying the main categories of spending such as rent, food, transport, internet and entertainment. Secondly, it evaluates whether the PTPTN loan or monthly allowance is sufficient to cover essential expenses throughout the semester. Finally, this analysis promotes responsible financial management by comparing plan and actual spending, identifying areas of overspending, and encouraging better budgeting and saving habits among students.
Next, I will explain the student spending pattern based on the budget analysis. The main expense categories are rent, food, transport, internet and data, books and notes, entertainment, clothing, and savings. Based on the comparison, the planned budget was 1,400, while the actual spending was 1,465. Which means the total spending exceed the budget by 65 ringgit. The highest spending category was food, with an actual spending of 520 ringgit, compared to the planned budget of 450 ringgit, resulting in an overspending of 70 ringgit. Other categories that exceeded the budget were entertainment by 50 ringgit and clothing by 20 ringgit. Overall, the data shows the higher spending on food, entertainment, and clothing caused the total budget to exceed the planned amount by 65 ringgit.
Next, I will explain the overspending and saving potential based on our budget analysis. From the data, we found that food recorded the highest overspending, which was 70 ringgit above the planned budget. This was followed by entertainment with 50 ringgit and clothing with 20 ringgit more than expected. On the positive side, there are opportunities to save money. We spent 20 ringgit less on transport and 25 ringgit less on books and notes compared to the planned budget. However, our savings were 20 ringgit lower than planned, showing that we did not save as much as expected.
Based on our budget analysis, we can conclude that PTPTN is enough to support the students' monthly expenses. Therefore, the data show that the problem is not that PTPTN is insufficient, but some unnecessary spending caused the budget deficit. By reducing discretionary expenses such as eating out and entertainment and following the planned budget, the student can manage their monthly expenses within the PTPTN allowance. So, in the conclusion, this budget analysis tells us the importance of tracking our income and expenses. It helps us identify where we overspend and where we can save money. By following a budget and prioritizing our needs over our wants, we can manage our PTPTN allowance more effectively and develop good financial habits for the future.